It's way better, Reggie, to be in the moment. You don't want me to prepare you for these questions and stuff.
Dude, every podcast in the world they're prepared for what's going to happen, except for us. We show up completely unprepared.
No, we
Sounds like
prepared. We
Sal,
prepared.
just for our audience, we show up, we talk for a few minutes beforehand, and then he's like, "Yeah, I want to talk about this." And I go, "All right, well, let me check it out." He goes, "No," and then he starts hitting record, and then he's like, "We'll talk about it on the podcast." I'm like, "Dude, I don't even
You
have a
want the
chance to like really
surprise
look into
reaction. You
it."
want the real reaction because Reggie, you don't want to be robotic. So and over prepared. What's up,
Am I?
everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin. Let's
Ooh.
get it. Let's go. All
Mm.
right. Canada, Canucks.
Oh, speaking of, I totally forgot. I was going to show you this um a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And I totally forgot. But while I'm looking for it, why don't you welcome our guest, Reg?
Uh hey everybody.
There you go.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's good to have you here. Holiday season.
All right, that's
Christmas is
enough,
right around
Reg.
the
You're
corner.
you're killing it.
What?
Okay.
No way. Welcome to hope everyone's having a happy holiday.
There you go. So we got every year at this time, Spotify does the Spotify rap.
Okay.
You don't even know what that is? God, that's why we ain't popular, dude. You don't even know what that is. You're so out of touch.
The Spotify rap. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So wait,
anybody
wait.
this
Let
is
me just say
Spotify.
this before we go forward. So the Spotify rap is something that I should be deathly aware of. The Spotify rap of the year is something that I should
Mhm.
be deathly aware of. And for
Yeah.
me not to be aware of it, I am now I am not in the know, right?
You're right.
Like
You're right. Not hip at all.
I'm
You
not
don't have
hip
your finger on the pulse of pop
of
culture or
pop
society.
culture, society. Okay, okay,
All right.
all
The
right.
Spotify rap, it's been for years. Every December, they drop off like what you've been listening to the most on Spotify. And it's like, you
Mm,
unwrap it like a Christmas present and this and that. So, and
okay.
then artists who have it, they could say what they know how many people have, listened to whatever song or follow them, blah, 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 blah. So we have a podcast and it's on Spotify. So people can also listen on Apple and YouTube, but for our Spotify listeners, we got the Spotify wrap and they let us know what our most streamed episode on Spotify was this
Oh,
past
okay.
year.
Oh, that's cool. All right, let's see. Let's
The
see
past the past year. So if
okay.
you want to take a guess at any, go right
It's probably
ahead.
the El Corre from
What was that?
Beirut.
What?
El Corre, the guy
Oh,
from
Jad El Khoury. Oh,
Jal
the
El
artist.
Corre.
Oh, the artist. Yeah. Oh, I
Well,
just
just
put that up.
because. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
either if it's not
No,
him, then oh
it's
no,
not him.
not
That's a good guess, though. I
okay.
don't even
So
know the order. I just know they just gave me the one. Because and here's another thing: like a lot of artists, listeners, I think they like, yo, this is how many people streaming your shit. They didn't show us that, or it wasn't
okay,
that much. They go, yo, this is the episode that the most people, however that number might be, listen to.
okay, okay. That's cool. I'll take that. I don't need to know the number. I'm
I'm like,
okay with.
even they do show a percentage 416% more streams on this one
And
episode than our average episode.
okay, so maybe it's got to be it's not El Jad Corey, so it's got to
Jad
be
El Khoury.
Corey. It's got to be Kevin Shea talking about is Kevin Shea
Bobby
talking
Lee.
about
No,
Bobby
that
Lee?
that now that's our most popular YouTube clip by
Okay,
far. Not
okay,
not episode. I don't think it's the most popular episode on YouTube, but that is our most popular clip on
okay,
YouTube. And we
okay.
get shit on a
So,
lot
geez,
by
so
Bobby
this is three
fans.
strikes and you're out. So this is my third
All
guess. My
right, this
third
is it,
guess.
dude. I'm setting
This is
up the
it.
share already, getting ready to show you you're
Okay.
wrong.
The episode
Most
episode
streams, 400% more than any other. That's crazy.
Chad Daniels. The episode with Chad
Good
Daniels.
guess. Another popular one, but not the most streamed. I think
Okay.
that might be up there though. That is definitely like one of the most popular ones for sure.
Okay. So not
But that
Chad
wasn't
Daniels.
it. No.
Okay. So which one was it? What was the winner?
So you are out. So here, let me just share it so everybody could see the screen. Our most popular streamed episode on Spotify this past year was Sal Goes Ice Fishing in Alberta.
No way,
An
really?
episode that Reggie's not even on.
Oh wow, that's
An
awesome.
episode I recorded before we even did this podcast. Oh my
Oh, that's
goodness.
awesome. That's awesome. Alberta,
Hilarious.
Canada. No, what do you I should have known when you had on the Canada sweatshirt. I should have known.
Yeah.
That was foreshadowing. That's awesome, man. That's great. I mean, look, the
I mean,
Canadians, they support their hey
it's
dude.
great, but it's also like, what the hell are we doing?
Well, look, man, Canada has way more pride,
Well,
right?
it's also that international audience I think is easier to get with Spotify.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I'm not upset about that. Not even the slightest. I think that's great. I love that the Canadians are tuned in. They see
You should
Alberta,
go. You
they
should
see
come up
Alberta, they
there
click.
and
Say
go
what?
ice fishing with me. We should do one together, and we'll go ice fishing.
Um, I appreciate the invitation. I don't do cold, bro. I do
Man, you
not.
don't be a stereotype, Reg. Come on.
Wait. Me not doing cold is about me being black. No, me not doing cold is about me not liking being cold. This ain't got to do with me being black.
I'm telling
Okay.
you. I'm telling you. In the tent, ice fishing, I wasn't cold at all. You wear a hoodie. These dudes know how to do it, brah. Now, when you go
Bruh,
outside, it's the
it's below
coldest shit in the world.
exactly. It's below zero. And he's
But
like,
it's
put on a hoodie.
oh no, in the tent. I'm telling you, this guy hooks up this thing, the heater. It's so nice in there.
Wait, and it doesn't
But
melt the snow? It doesn't melt the snow?
no, it's ice, man.
Oh,
It's
it's
like
ice. That's right. It's
I
not snow.
like I'll you'll dig through it and like it's it's like 10 feet deep, bro.
Wow. I didn't
So
realize it was that
yeah,
deep.
yeah. So when you're
That's how
going
thick the ice
through,
is.
yeah, no,
Wow.
because this is fucking Canada, man. This is the cold of the cold. This is Alberta, so it's way up north.
Let's
Edmonton,
just
really.
let's just talk about this real quick. Do you know how hungry you have to be? Do you know how hungry you have to be to dig 10 feet through ice to try to reach the fish below the ice? You know how starving you have to be like, yo, we gotta eat something, man. How do we get to these damn fish? Right? Like we are here in the cold, there's no vegetation, there's no livestock. Yo, the fish are under the ice. We got to get the ice, right? Like, and we got to get the fish. It's either we dig through the ice and we find some fish, or this turns into that hockey movie and I eat you, right? Like, oh man.
I'm trying to find. I had this like picture of it just so you could see how deep. It's really hard to tell, but it's because like they use like see this thing. I'll show you. I showed this on the like see me holding that thing.
Yes.
That's what you use to dig the hole into the ice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a corkscrew.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm
very
telling you, man.
phallic. It looks very phallic the way you're holding it, though.
Well, that's that me.
Of course, that's by design for sure.
Oh, okay. So here, I mean,
That's
I know
not
this isn't the
coincidence, folks.
professional way to show the video, but there's the hole. See how deep that is?
Oh wow, yeah, that's pretty impressive. Look at that.
Yeah. So it's not
It's not shallow. It's not very thin ice, is
right.
what you're
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, these
Yeah.
dudes drove their pickup truck on it. Like, see, there's a heater. You drive it on, you put the tent, and it's fucking I couldn't believe it. Like, look, man, I didn't trust it. I mean, look, there's my buddy.
Okay.
So like that, he's got a flannel on. He's got, like it's
Yeah,
it's
they're
warm in there. I
Canadians,
was
bro.
really surprised. No, bro, I was there too.
I
I'm
know, but
telling you.
yeah, I mean, look, I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it. I'll try anything once just to get the experience, right?
Wait. There's the fish. See my fish I caught? I'll put it back in.
Oh, okay. Say, yeah, put it back in there.
Yeah,
Oh, but
that's
see,
all. We were
but
just throwing
see,
it back in.
yeah, but so that hole wasn't that deep right there. He hit the water immediately.
Right now, the water will come up,
Oh,
but
okay. I'm
it's
tripping.
deep as
Yes.
fuck. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Water will
So the
just
water
still
will come up.
rise. But
Okay. Okay.
yeah. But I'll tell you, man. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. It
Well, I
was.
mean,
It's a thing, man. Canada. It's like, yo, it's cold. We got to find a way to adapt. And they found a way. And there's ice fishing. There's a bunch of skating. Like hockey, of course, is so big. But I told you the one time I saw a mother. The first time I was there on a stroller that had blades, and she had ice skates on, and she was skating on this pond. That's how she was taking her baby for a walk.
Hey man, yo, somebody got to do it, right? Like it has to
I
be
mean,
done,
they
and
just
someone has to do
adapt.
it and
Yeah,
adapt.
it's but
And you know how I adapt. You know how my ancestors adapted to
you
the
don't
cold.
go. You're closed minded.
No, no, no. What do you mean closed-minded? You're talking about adaptation. My ancestors adapted to the cold by leaving the cold. They were like, there's got to be warmer climate somewhere. So they're like, yeah, there's a part of the year where it's warm, and then there's a part of the year where it's cold. Let's see if we can find a place where it's warm and
Hey,
then
look,
it's hot and then it's warm and then it's just kind of chilly, right? Like
most
I'm good with
people in
chilly.
this most people in this world can adapt to that kind of temperature. I mean, my people from Sicily, they ain't no Edmonton snow
Exactly,
and
exactly.
ice in
Like,
Sicily.
yeah, I'm
But
not trying to look there. There are people that live in areas of the country right now that I go, why? Right? Like, if you live any area that's below sea level that gets flooded regularly, why?
well,
What are you
like
trying to
Florida,
prove
New
by staying?
Orleans, like Florida has no basements. New Orleans, you can't have even tombs.
Yeah, because they'll pop up because it's so close to the sea level. Yeah, I
Right.
get it. I get it. And I'm not saying you can't live there. I'm just saying if you're living in a place where you consistently are getting flooded out, like your property's getting ruined. I mean, there are some places they won't even give you flood insurance anymore because it happens so regularly. They'll go, we're not going to continue to keep paying you to live in a place that's going to get flooded every year
Right.
on August 1st. Right?
Right.
So it's like, why not just move? But then, I get it.
But yeah, I
This
mean,
is
some
my
people will ask
culture and my
you,
community.
how can you live in a place where the ground shakes?
Yeah, but I can't predict that. It cannot shake for years. And,
Right.
but also the
I
other
mean, you
question is,
can't really predict flooding. I mean, you could kind of see stuff, but Mother
dude,
Nature is always unpredictable in the
yes,
end.
but if you're below sea level and there's storms that come through every year, right? Especially now with hurricane season coming around all the time. But you know what? I think another legitimate question would be, well, how can you live in a place that's so expensive, right? Like the
Oh,
Bay
for
Area,
sure.
right? They're like, you could
It's
live somewhere
that's a
else.
problem. That is a problem.
But my
But
my
it's more interesting.
well, that's what I was going to say. So my response to that is, how can you live in a place that's so expensive? You could easily move to, little Fayetteville, Arkansas, and get a house for whatever and not pay any.
Right.
And I go, yeah, but you
Right.
can't make the same money in Fayetteville, Arkansas. You don't have the
Right.
same diversity in Fayetteville, Arkansas. You don't have the same culture. You don't have the same access. You don't have the same scenery. You don't have the
Right.
same opportunities in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Yes, I can move to Fayetteville, Arkansas and make less money and try to buy something in Fayetteville, Arkansas. But because I'm making less money, the price of that property is equivalent to the price of the property in California. It's all relative. So
Right.
I'd rather live somewhere where I have ample opportunity and access than living somewhere without ample opportunity and access, and I'm still struggling to live. Right.
Right. I'd
So,
rather live in a smaller place that's in a city than have a big house in the burbs in the middle of
yo,
nowhere. You know
in
what
the
I
middle of
mean?
nowhere. Yes.
And it's
Yes.
like, whatever. All right.
Yeah.
Well, before we talk World Cup, Reg, and maybe we'll wrap up with some Christmas stuff later. But it's just so I came across this rap song. I did not know about this.
Is
So
this a Spotify rap?
no, this we're done with that rap part. I didn't know that we were going to do them both. You know what I mean?
Okay. Wait, but I thought the Spotify rap was an actual rap song. It was just a
No, no, exactly.
Spotify
No,
wrap up of the
right now
year.
we're going to
Okay.
rap song.
Okay, now we're
Okay.
going to rap song.
Now
So
you
this
like,
this rap is spelled differently. This is RAP versus
yeah, you take the
WRAP.
W off of this
Take the
one.
W off.
Now
Okay, I
you're a
got you.
fan of the rap music, the hip hop and music, right?
I guess I am considered to be somewhat hippity hoppy, right? I I tend to lean toward the hippity hoppy. The I love the who shot
Here
you?
comes Reggie
Separate.
Cottontail up and down the bike trail. All right, so do you know this song? You ever hear this lyric? I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
That's Jay-Z.
Right there, you're already wrong. See, that is what I learned.
Well,
And
he
that's
used it. Well, I mean,
he used it.
he
Where'd it
made it
came
popular
from?
in hip hop.
No. Who
Oh,
rapped that line before him?
oh, so someone said that first.
Hmm.
Okay.
And only
That
a couple years before. All right. You
was it?
want
Ooh,
you
was
want
it Nas? Was it like a low key subtle dig at Nas?
no, it's somebody,
Okay.
it's somebody you know,
Okay.
but it's not Nas. Any more guesses out there?
I do not. I don't have any more
All right,
guesses.
let me know if you can't hear this, but here it is.
Okay. I'm hearing this one
Six,
first.
got a bitch with tits, a bitch with ass, a bitch with none, but hey, I give her a pass and I love them all. I love them crazily, and they love me back. That's why they stay with me. So if you're having girl problems, I'll prepare for your son. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Hit it. No, bitch ain't one.
You not feel that, Reg?
Not even a little bit. That's old school. First it sounded like Special K kind of, but then it's like, nah, he's too vulgar for Special K. That's yeah, that's some low key dude that don't nobody really know.
No,
Right?
that's
Like,
not true.
who is that? It's not, at first I thought it was Ice Cube, and then it's like, nah, his voice changed. I don't know who is that.
You're close. It's Ice-T.
Oh, Home Invasion, Ice T.
Yeah.
Okay,
So Ice-T, and
what
then
year did
he
that
came
album
up.
come out?
I'm not sure. Let me look.
Yeah,
Let's
because
see.
that's old. That
But
goes
it's
way
early
back.
90s. I think it's early 90s.
Early 90s. Yeah,
Invasion.
but the Black Album
Ice
and 99 Problems, that
was
came out in like
93. Let's see. Home Invasion came out in 1993, March
19. Yeah,
1993.
but now look at
And
when
then
99 Problems came out. That came out in the 2000s.
Black Album,
99 Problems
Jay-Z.
released 2000 and
Oh, wait, it's not on the, oh, it is on the Black Album, right?
yeah, that's the Black Album. That's my joint, bro. I love
That was,
Black
yeah,
Album.
exactly. 10 years later,
Yeah,
2003.
2003. Yeah, so it's not like a couple years earlier.
No. Okay, I was
Yeah.
wrong. I was
And
wrong on
and
that.
and for the
But he
record,
took that
I
well.
never really listened to Ice. I never listened to Ice T. I never
Well, to be
and
fair, no one really did.
yeah, I wasn't a big Ice-T fan for one. Two, 1993, that was my freshman year in college. And so I wasn't listening to music at all at that point. Like I literally was just whatever came on the radio is all I heard.
Because
And that was
college
just in
students
passing.
hate music. Is
No,
that
it's not
why?
that college students hate music. It's just, when you're in college and you're actually going to class and you
But
participate in
usually
a
that's when you're
thing.
hip to the music scene, is in
No,
college.
no, because I had other activities. When everybody else was getting out of class and hanging out, I was in practice or I
But
was
don't
in
you all
study
listen to
hall.
music at practice?
No, this ain't the NBA. They don't have music during the games. What the hell? No, like there was a whole time period where I missed everything that was going on musically because, for one, you're broke, right? Like you don't have any money to spend to go buy music, right? Two, you're preoccupied because you got classes, you got tests, you got papers, right? You got study hall, you got practice, you got games, you got travel. The only time that I ever really got a chance to listen to anything was after the season. And after that point, it's like whatever's the most popular is what you heard. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, I wasn't digging in the crates in '93 to hear "Home Invasion" by Ice-T.
Do you remember? I remember my brother introduced me to this. Do you remember his metal band?
Oh, shucks, what was the name of it? It was shucks, I can't
Here.
think of the name of it. What's the name of it? I remember
My brother listened to it. It was Body Count was the name of the
Body
band.
Count.
Here, here's
Yes.
their most popular song.
I got my headlights turned on. I'm out to bust some shots off. I'm out to dust some cops off. I'm a cop killer, better you than me. Cop killer,
Fuck police brutality.
Cop killer, I know your family's grieving.
Oh, Cop Killer. That's right. Because this is hugely controversial.
But tonight we get even. Got my brain on fire.
So this is smart. This is really smart of Ice-T, right? He makes a song called Cop Killer, right? Which is controversial off the
Big
top,
time.
right? But he knows, and I don't know if, like, I've never heard an interview with him talking about this, but just right in this moment, I'm thinking, he knows that as a rapper, if he puts out a song called Cop Killer, the whole world goes nuts. It's a black genre, right? it's they're opposed to the cops in a certain way. They feel like it's going to be a message to Black people to kill cops. But if you put out Cop Killer and you put it under a white genre, right? Heavy metal, right? Where it's like now it's sonically it appeals to a totally different demographic. Does it get the same attention, right? Does it have the same effect? Can it squeeze through the cracks if it's Cop Killer? Because Black people ain't listening to that shit like that, right? Right. So he's like, yo, I'm gonna put out some crazy shit, but I'm gonna put it out into some white people shit and see if it can squeeze through the cracks. Because if he puts it out, if it's a rap like, you know, late night driving through the hood, I see a cop sitting on the hood, boom, 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 there's another cop down, Cop Killer, right? People are like, yo, this shit is crazy. Black people gonna start killing cops, but you put in some heavy metal shit.
Yeah. Well, they still it says here Dan Quayle and George H.W. Bush had problems with it at the time. And also here's another thing about that last song we just played, the 99 Problems. On that was one of the members from 2 Live Crew, which also 2 Live Crew, that's why I was so dirty and stuff. And then 2 Live Crew was also going through that First Amendment stuff with their album As Nasty as They Want to Be. Another album that my brother introduced me to.
I remember hearing Nasty as They Want to Be. I was in
great
Virginia.
album.
Yeah, I was in Virginia.
It's catchy as fuck.
Dude, I was in Virginia at Radford University, Roanoke, Virginia, for basketball camp at 5 Star. And some kid had brought the 2 Live Crew album. And I just remember the song that stood out to me at the time was no, the song was like, we were something 2 by 2, we were taking our shoes in the bedroom all day.
Oh wow, that's
and all
them.
of the night. Yeah, 3 by 3, she undressed me in the bedroom all day.
That's
and
funny.
all of the night. 4 by 4, we on the floor in the bedroom all. You know what I mean? Like that was the song, and I remember hearing that joint like wow, they just went all in. They was not holding anything back.
They were so hardcore.
Yeah, they were
all right, so here, I mean, this is weird that we start with this for a holiday episode. So if you got sensitive ears, you might want to skip the next few minutes.
Well, I mean, come on, you already played 99 Problems. He's like, well,
it gets even worse.
I'm like, jeez.
So I remember that.
You got to put up an explicit.
This was the hit. You
got to put up an explicit.
Dog in heat. Now you know what that's from? So much. To be mad. I won't tell your mama if you don't tell your dad. All right, so there it is. Pretty
Yo, you know what's funny though? What's funny is that like that's not nearly as bad as the stuff that's out today, right? Like at that time, it was pretty controversial. But the stuff that they put out now, I mean, come on, man. Stuff that Lil Kim has put out, stuff that Megan Thee Stallion has put out, stuff that Kia at one point put out, stuff that Nicki Minaj WAP, wet ass pussy, right? that right there doesn't even scratch the surface of how vulgar shit is today, right?
Well,
right?
Those guys are pioneers then.
Yeah, they were the beginning. But it just goes to show, like, it's the same thing with Lenny Bruce, right? Mm-hmm. At the time, he was a victim of the time. What he said at that time was controversial, but then with time, you look back and you go, oh my God, it was not even close. Same thing with Red Fox. You listen to it and you go, this is nothing compared to where we are now. You know,
right?
So,
right.
But yeah, the oh, me so horny, me so horny, me so horny, me love you long time.
All right, so you know what that's from?
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah,
Alabama Black State. No,
I don't know if that was right for you to do that accent right there. That probably was offensive.
I was just singing the song, bro.
That's I don't know, man.
Sing the song.
People might have a problem with that.
He's like, yo, in Full Metal Jacket, he's like, yo, you whatever. He's from Alabama. He's like, you want some of this Alabama Black Snake? She's like, like, tubuku, tubuku,
Tubuku.
tubuku. Yo, nobody in Vietnam, like no one spoke any Vietnamese, but the whole world, the moment he said Alabama black snake and she said tubuku, the whole world was like, that means too big.
That's
That
funny.
means too big. And there the mythology and the legacy of Black dudes and Big Johnsons was
That's where it
solidified.
started, was
No, it
Full
started
Metal
way before
Jacket.
that. It started way before that. Hold on, let me just say this. It started way before that. It started back in, I don't know, we'll say the 1500s or something, when colonizers, 1600, whenever the colonizers went,
yeah.
when they went through Africa, and I hate to say this, but I'm just gonna say it, and a white dude lost his white wife to a black dude who was an African, that they didn't speak the same language, they didn't understand each other's culture. All she knew was there was something different about this African than this Englishman. He was buku, and she was like, me like buku. So the moment that the first white woman stayed in Africa after the ships left, right, she was like, bye, I'm staying here.
Yeah.
That's when it
She's
was
like, it's just like bangers and mash isn't buku at all.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I don't know these people. I don't understand their culture or their language, but they're walking around here naked, and I am impressed. So I'll be staying in
I don't
Africa.
know, dude. Were there wives on the ships of the slave owners who went to Africa?
Yeah, no, probably not. Not the slave owners. These are the colonizers. These are the colonizers.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
it wasn't until they went in, took over, and then they brought their families to live on stolen land. And then that's when it was like, oh, you didn't tell me that everybody walked around naked with Monster Johnsons, right?
You know, I saw there was some kind of report a few years ago that came out that did the average penis size by country.
Yeah, I saw that. I have it. I saw that.
You had you printed it up, got it up on the wall?
No, because I saved it. I saw it because it was color coordinated, and it started off with certain inches.
Is Nigeria above Sicily?
I think so. Nigeria and Ghana are both. They're in the last two categories.
No, I think Sicily beats them all.
No, you know,
but you know what the smallest was?
Quick. Wait, hold up, just real quick. What was I gonna say? I just want to make sure that I put out this disclaimer, because I don't want to put out that every black dude in the world has a Monster Johnson. That is
especially
not true.
Those on this podcast. But Sicilians.
No,
all right, so
I heard the Sicilians. Well,
what's the smallest? What's the smallest? You remember?
The Sicilians. Remember that the Sicilians are considered the black people of the Italian community.
You don't start replaying true romance scenes.
And just let's just go with the history. The Sicilians and the Italians were infiltrated by the Moors.
Which is northern Italy. Northern, they're not the same.
Well, the Moors are when the Africans came through and just wrecked shop. So
with the elephants over the Alps.
Right. So any residue that the Sicilians and the Italians, it comes from the black people. Let's just put it out there right now, bro. So but the smallest was like something like Iran or something like that. It was like a Middle Eastern company, and Asia.
It was definitely an angry country, though. It wasn't Iran, though. You just pissed off Persians all over the world. Persians like, man, you gonna think we got the smallest dicks? Fuck you.
Well, was it China?
No, but you're in the area.
It's somewhere in Asia. Saudi Arabia.
It's somewhere in Asia. East.
No,
I mean,
the Middle East, yeah.
Middle East, yeah, but that's not what we're talking.
India?
No.
Okay. I don't know. Where was the smallest?
Think about who's got like the most who displays the most small dick energy over there.
Who's the angriest?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
With a weird small dick energy.
In the Middle East or in Asia?
In Asia.
In Asia?
Real Asia, not the
North Korea.
North Korea. And it's funny because they put South and North, and South still had it beat by a few millimeters. So North Korea, for some reason, has the smallest wangs in the world.
Well, because it's a closed off system. They're not inviting
right. So now they're
outside.
Just producing more small peens.
Exactly. It's just they don't have any outside influences. Everywhere else has outside influences that come in and bring something different to the table. So
that's why we gotta ride the elephants over the mountains of North Korea.
Nah, let them keep that. Let them keep that little dick energy. They can, that's a real thing too. It's a real thing, right? Like people who yeah, that's a real thing. And there's obviously there's big dick energy.
But
Big
it's the
dick energy
also
is very
I feel like big
confident.
dick energy could also be like, oh fine, I'm an asshole, but I have a big dick and I'm funny, so who cares?
Well, well,
And then
exactly. I was
that's
gonna
not
say,
good either, though.
well, so there's the extremes. There's if you got a little dick, then you're trying to prove something, right, all the time. And then if it's too big, then sometimes it can be a hindrance in the way of like you just become an asshole because you think that's the most important thing in the world, right? Which
Right.
obviously has been
This
proven
is a
not to be
crazy
true.
Christmas episode we're doing. So let's get into World Cup, and then we'll do some Christmas stories, and then we'll be done.
Well, hold up. You want me to send you the you want to post the thing about the image?
The
I can
the
send it to you
wiener
later.
sizes.
Yeah, because what it does, it breaks down, it's like color coordinated and it
All right, well,
has
send it to
some
me now, and
inches.
yeah, or text it or email it to me whenever you
Um,
get it, and then I'll put it in post,
okay.
so
All
you
right,
don't have to
sounds
do
good.
it in a second.
And
All right.
then our audience can figure out.
Did you watch the World Cup? You got up early and watched it?
You know what? I
Boo!
I was up, but I forgot that it was on. And so when I turned it on, the score was 2-1 Argentina. And I turned it on at the 80-minute mark or 81-minute mark, right when France scored to tie it up. Right. And so it's like, okay, all right,
You
here we
just
go.
missed because Mbappe just scored right
Yeah, and
before
I saw
that
it in
too.
the replay. I saw it in the replay.
Yeah.
So I got in at the 80-something minute mark, early 80-minute mark, 81-minute mark or whatever, and I saw the replay of the score to tie the game up. And then at that point, I'm invested. And then I see the goalie
Oh,
takes one to the
crazy.
face.
Yeah.
Right? Takes one to the face, and then Messi is able to kick it in, and now Argentina's up 3-2, and then France comes back and
I
scores, and
can't
now
believe they
it's
came
3.
back again.
Well, though, I give France props, man. I mean, that just shows resilience and
Yeah, they were
perseverance and
down
determination.
2-0, and they
Yeah.
just now. I mean,
But
and
Argentina
it's
had the
funny.
upper
Like
hand.
Argentina from the get go was way more aggressive. Like
Yeah.
I got up early just so we could see it. I was still the game already 2 minutes in when I turned it on. But I was like, I've watched all these World Cup games pretty much all the time. I might as well catch the whole thing. And it sucks, I feel sometimes if it's like 2-0 and then that's it, and you missed the only 2 goals, right?
Right.
So I watched it all, and then but they say like, oh, Mbappe, he got a hat trick. But 2 of those are penalty kicks. You know what I mean? And that was what was kind of annoying too, was like, penalty kicks. But that's the game, whatever. I
Wait, you
mean,
wanted them to just
Argentina
keep
got
playing
one.
until
No,
until time
not
ran out?
not the penalty kicks at the end. I'm
Okay.
talking of the 3 goals when it was 3-3, Argentina, one of those was a penalty kick, and 2 of France's were penalty kicks. So
Okay.
basically,
Okay.
somebody goes down in the box and then they
Right.
give them the free kick.
Right.
And yeah, but then when it came down, I mean, I was so glad Argentina and Messi won, because especially they haven't won. Messi's never won. Mbappe and them won 4 years ago.
Okay.
Argentina last time they won, I think, was 86. So it was the only thing
And this is
Messi
Messi's
hadn't
last year.
accomplished. Yeah, he hadn't won one yet. And yeah, dude, they were just so on. And I was like, oh, I was so mad. Like I was like, oh no, he tied it. I was like, I don't want Messi to lose on penalty kicks, but not a problem. And he didn't miss anything. And yeah, man,
beat
it
them
was crazy.
4-2 on penalty kicks. I mean, I think it was destined for Argentina to win just because they had the momentum the whole game. France was playing catch up the entire game. It's just like any NBA game where a team is up by a lot and you're constantly trying to fight your way back.
Right.
And you kind of get right there, you get over that hump, but it's just the amount of energy that you have to exert to just catch up. Like
Right.
it just takes a toll on you. They were lucky in a lot of ways, but I wasn't surprised that Argentina pulled it out in the end.
Right. And Kylian Mbappe is amazing, man. The guy
Yeah.
and he's only 23.
Wow.
He had I think he had like the second most goals in World Cup history, and he's 23. And I think like Messi had one more than him, or they might even be tied now after that game.
Right.
But Messi, this is like his 4th or 5th one, so it's crazy.
Well,
It's crazy.
it sounds like Mbappe will be shattering
he'll
the
be
World
fine.
Cup's
He'll be coming
goals.
around.
Yeah,
He'll be coming around soon. So it'll be.
But yeah,
all
man,
right.
it was fun to watch. The little bit that I got a chance to see at the end, I was like, oh, this is exciting to see these guys. Especially when they started to get into the closer to goal, and they really start strategy wise.
Well, you always know when to
cutting.
look up when that voice comes up.
Yeah.
And then Messi did have, and he has a lot of good assists, even when he's not scoring. He passes it and has a great assist a lot.
Right.
Like they just
Right.
know what they're doing. That's a little slight thing. It's wow. It's
Yeah.
impressive.
No, that's
Because
the
I
sign
can't
of a
kick a
good player,
soccer
man.
ball for shit, man. I could
Well, you just got to practice, bro.
I
You just
need
got to
to-
practice. But you know, that's a sign of a good player, right? Like that's what makes people great, is that they're not just great individually, but they make others around them great as well by putting
Right.
them in position to succeed. So,
Right.
you know, yeah, man. So props to Argentina for bringing home the World Cup. I think they represented well. They played well throughout the whole tournament. They were, you know, they were the team to beat, and nobody beat them. So congrats to Messi for you know, finally getting one,
Oh,
especially
well,
on the
they
last
did
one.
get beat. The very first game of the tournament
Oh,
they lost.
that's
Remember
right.
that?
That's
To
right.
Saudi
That's right.
Arabia, I believe.
That's right.
And
That's right.
everyone, look at that. The first one
Yeah.
they lost, and they win the World Cup.
And they win the last one. Well, you know, I think what happened with the Saudi Arabia game is what happens to a lot of teams that are really good, is that sometimes you play down to the level of competition, right? Like you don't get up for the game in a certain way because you're looking
And-
ahead, and then you kind
Yeah.
of get, and then that's a wake up call, right? You suffer that L, and then it's like, yo, let's get it together, man, right? Like we
And like
tripping.
soccer, especially because soccer, like it's such a low scoring game that
Right.
you know if you let them hang around, you're up 2-0. You think that's enough? It's not. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
all it takes is one mistake. All it
Mhm.
takes is a goalie
At that
taking
level
one.
too.
Yeah, all it takes is a goalie, the ball being so close, and the reaction speed not being able to keep up, and you take one to the face,
Right. Oh,
and you fall down because you got smacked in the face with a soccer ball. It bounces off, and the guy comes and go. Just
I've
kicks
seen
it.
a lot too where they'll hit off their own guy who tries to block it, and then
Right.
that changes the direction, and then the goalie's thrown off,
Yep.
but then they
Yep.
score.
But yo, real quick, the last thing I got to say in regards to this is props to all the goalies in the world. I'm talking about from the big leagues, from the World Cup down to the Pee Wee League. Every little kid who's standing in front of a goal with these big mitts on, who's willing to dive left and right, putting their body on the line completely parallel to the ground.
Those penalty kicks at the end, that's a tough gig when you're the
That's
goalie.
a tough gig. So props to anybody who's willing to stand there and just take shots to the body. Right?
Hey, you
To
know
try
who
to
I
prevent
want to
something.
give? You know who I want to give props to in the World Cup is the one ref. There's only one ref on the field, and he's running up the whole goddamn field the whole time. Like
Yeah.
it's not like there's guys on the sidelines, but there's only one in the middle. And like
Right.
NFL football is not like that. They're all around.
Yeah, you
In
got
basketball, there's
you
multiple.
got 2, 3, yeah.
Baseball, they're like, let me just squat behind this plate.
Well, you got the umpires in different places, first base,
All
second
over,
base.
but
I mean,
fucking
first
the guy
base,
in
second base, and
soccer,
third. Yeah.
the guy in
no,
soccer is running the
he's-
whole pitch.
He's in phenomenal shape too. Right.
And I love too when it's time to like someone's in trouble. He's like, well, not point. You come here. Here's your card.
Yeah, here's your card.
They discipline him.
Here's your card. Now take it. Now get your ass out of here. You kill me talking through gritted teeth. Come over here and get the thing.
I'll break your fucking teeth. You my goddamn.
You know how
ticket.
tired I am. Do you know how tired I am? I'm out here by my damn self.
I'm gonna run up the goddamn pitch.
Oh yeah, man. It was good stuff, man. It was good stuff.
All right, so
props.
Christmas is coming, Reg. This will be our last step of the year. We'll reconvene in January. I wanted to I don't know, you got any holiday stories you want to share? What do you remember about Christmas time at the little steel home in Birmingham, Alabama?
In Bammer, Alabama.
That Alabama black snake country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, Christmas at my house, as a kid, it was a big deal. It wasn't a huge deal, but it was a big deal. I mean,
It was just the two of you but people would come over from all over, or what? How'd that work?
No, it was just my mom and I, and relatives would come over and visit, right? Neighbors would come over and visit, but it was really just my mom and I, and we were festive. I mean, the house, we had Christmas lights up on the house. My mom was good about that. We had a Christmas tree, obviously. We had things hanging up in the windows, or just in the house as far as Christmas ornaments and decorations, and had stockings hung by the chimney. My mom, she was older when she got me, so I think she really wanted to create an atmosphere of like, fun and joy and, reference to the whole season of giving
Right.
and gift giving and receiving, you know what I mean? And just being decorative. So
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 and
yeah,
like
that
I was gonna ask on Christmas morning, are you all like excited? Like you don't know what presents you got? What do you do?
oh dude, Christmas morning as a kid, come on, bro. Like I was up at like I would get up at like 6, 5:30,
So
5:30
hard to
a.m.
fall asleep. You're so excited.
Oh man, hard to fall asleep. You fall asleep and then you're up at like 5:30, 6 a.m. It was just me. So I go in and I love GI Joes. I love GI Joes. So whenever I got GI Joes, you had to put them all together. So now it's like I open it. Oh, I got the truck. Oh man, I'm super
So hold
excited.
on, hold on. You open them before your mom is up or no?
I would go in. Sometimes I would be out, and then once she heard me up, then she would come out and just sit there and then watch me open
But you
stuff.
would
And
open presents before she got up. That seems like you get in trouble if you do something like that.
no, I didn't get in trouble. No, my mom was, dude.
Nah,
My mom was so
spoiled
chill.
only child.
It was just me. My mom was so chill, bro. I mean, I would, but as a kid, you don't just get up and you get up and you go down and like for me, I would get up, I go out of my room into the front room where the tree was, and we had a white Christmas tree that was fully decorated.
Oh,
And
one of
then we
those.
had like
You're a fake tree person.
we had a fake tree as a kid, and then we had like a cloth underneath the tree, like a kind of look
Yeah.
like snow, and then all the presents up there. I wouldn't necessarily just run in to open the presents. I would go in, I see stuff, oh, and then I go get my mom. Mom, Santa Claus came, Santa Claus came, right? And then she's like, "Oh, okay," and she come out and
That's
she
funny.
put on her robe and she'd sit there and watch me. I'm
That's
like, "Oh,
cute.
okay, all right, this is for you, and this is for me." And
And well, she would just buy stuff for herself.
but like not necessarily stuff for herself. I mean, maybe she did. Maybe she did. She
Yeah.
maybe bought something for herself from Santa. But my mom, you gotta remember, my mom was one of 16 kids, so
Oh,
she
damn.
she had a lot of siblings. So she would get stuff and then she would just put it under
Put
the
it under
tree.
the tree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put it
that's
under
a
the
good
tree.
move.
And
Um,
so yeah,
wow.
and
Wow.
then after that, for me, it was like, then the best part was after opening the
Food.
gifts was like sitting down. It's gonna sound crazy, and this is why I like putting together IKEA furniture. But putting down the instructions, laying out the instructions, and then getting all the little parts together because you had to break them off the thing, and then like building the little trucks and truck tanks and planes and buildings and stuff. Dude, I love that.
Did you do Legos? What about Legos?
No, I didn't do Legos. I didn't
That's
do Legos.
funny. You love the GI Joes.
I love the
I
GI
love the
Joes.
He-Man. I remember one time my brother got me a Panther. Remember him,
Okay.
Panther, the
Yeah. I
purple
remember
one?
Panther.
It was
Yeah.
all fuzzy. I was like, yeah.
They were all like this.
Yeah. But they're huge, dude.
They were huge, big old muscles. GI Joes were like this.
Yeah, they had the more flexible.
Hell
But
yeah,
one
you
thing
could
I
turn
didn't
it.
like about GI Joes, and I still have a Snake Eyes somewhere,
Okay.
is sometimes the things would get really loose, and
Yeah,
then they
I
would
mean,
just
yes, they would.
they would just flail like it's fucking broken
Right.
wrist.
But GI Joes, man, you can move them. You can put them in action poses.
Yeah,
Right. You can do
yeah,
all
they're
kind of stuff.
fun.
GI He-Man and Star Wars were
Star
just
Wars
like,
they didn't move as much, but Star Wars I like. You can get a real good punch though with the character if they didn't have this. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't mind it. What about those? Remember those big wrestlers where they were just big rubber?
Yes, and you could just pull them.
Or not even that, where they were just like the WWF.
Yeah.
I remember though, sometimes I'd get scared, get a little anxious Christmas morning because the old man would get so pissed.
No way.
If there was like too much presents or if my mom spent too much and he always like, what do you spend all that money for? And
He would say that on Christmas Day? Dude, I'm sorry your pops ruined your
Dude, I remember one time.
your childhood because he was
No,
angry and upset.
I remember one time my mom, he loved to golf. Like, he didn't like to do much, but he liked to golf.
Okay.
And so she bought him golf clubs. She goes, oh, there's something over there. He got so mad. He's like, what the hell you bought me golf clubs for? That cost $2.5 much money. I don't need no goddamn golf clubs. Take them back. Take them back.
Are you serious? Dude, are you serious? Please tell me you're making this shit up right
man.
now.
And you're just trying to like open your presents. Like, damn it, dude. Why should she buy him the golf clubs?
Dude.
Why does he hate golf clubs?
Why does he hate golf clubs? Dude, look, I'm just gonna say this, man. I'm so sorry your dad was completely misguided, right? Because that's trauma, bro. That's all. That's traumatic for you. That's traumatic for your mom. That's just trauma all the way around. Look, man, let me just say this to the world. Anybody who's listening right now, money is a tool to be used to bring safety, security, stability, comfort, convenience, experience. It's akin to a hammer or a screwdriver or pliers, right? It's not to be collected and kept. It's actually to be made and used to improve your
Can't take
life
it
and
with
your
you.
experiences, right? So the idea that your mom bought your dad some golf clubs for a thing that he loves to do, and he's berating her and then
He
making her
was
take it
mad.
back. It's so short-sighted and so disconnected from what's really real in life, right? Like, this is an experience, man. I'm sorry your Christmas was like that, man. My mom
Well,
was
see, and I don't
loving.
want to be too
My
hard.
mom was
I
loving
mean,
in
but
a
here's
lot
the
of
thing.
ways.
It's all how you were raised, right? So I remember he told me one time he was in Sicily, and he was there too. He was like 15, and there was a neighborhood dog or something, or he lived on a farm, and a dog bit him. And he went and he was crying. He told his dad, and his dad hit him in the face for being dumb enough to get bit by a dog.
Trauma. not drama, trauma. Man, that's so sad, dude. That's
If you didn't
so
want
sad.
golf clubs, that's fine,
No, dude, but you understand that level of trauma that stayed with him his entire life. Because think about this. You suffer an injury.
He told me about it years later. You're right.
Exactly. You suffer an injury and you need compassion and understanding and love, and you go to the person who's supposed to protect you and care for you, and that person adds insult and injury on top of an injury, right? So now, yeah. So who do you trust? How do you love anybody if that's the kind of love you get when you get hurt? Man, I feel bad for your pops, bro. Like, man, that trauma, because he carried that with him his entire life.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure that affected his ability to even be able
enjoy
to
Christmas morning,
to enjoy Christmas or even enjoy love. Your pops probably never felt love, bro. He probably never felt love. In which,
all right, well, that was a Merry Christmas episode, everybody.
You love to do that. Hey guys, don't let Sal do that. Sal, come on, go ahead and tell us one of your Christmas memories. Tell us about, aside from the trauma.
Oh, the Panther was cool. My mom always went all out. You go get all the stockings first. They were always packed. And then, it's fun. Like, I didn't even know this, but I remember there was a picture when I was really young and my mom was dressed up as Santa, which tells me because my old man wouldn't do it.
Right. Of course not.
But I don't, I was too young to remember that. I just remember from pictures. But yeah, no, and we'd always get the real tree. Like, he'd do that. He'd like to go out and get the live tree, never get the fake tree. So we do that, and you cut that down. You put up the lights, and you shovel the snow and stuff. It just, when it came to gift giving, he wasn't big on it.
Jeez, man, I know people now who the idea of spending money sometimes, like, I get it. Like, you have to be smart about how you spend money, right? Like, you gotta know your budget and understand your limitations, right? But the last thing I ever want to do is go somewhere, and that a restaurant or to an event or a show or travel or whatever, and get there and be like, all right, we can't do anything. No one spent any money.
Right.
We're here. It took a lot of money to get here, and this is it. If you want to see something, look through the window, but you can't go in. It's like, what the? What?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, man, like, live, have the experience, because then you die. Or when you get old and you're getting ready to die, you look back at your life, you go, damn, maybe instead of just looking at the Eiffel Tower, I'm in France, I might as well take the elevator to the top. Right? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa, maybe I don't just take the picture of it behind me. Maybe I go up and act like I'm trying to hold it up, right? Trying to keep it from falling. Like, take it up a notch, man. Live. Right. So, but
all right, well, there's answered for 2023. Live, everybody. That's our.
Oh, that's oh no, not the answer, but that's the suggestion.
No, this is the goal. Just
the goal.
Live
all right, so
keep living, baby.
So
just
that's
keep
the goal.
Swimming.
The goal for 2023, everybody, is not just being alive, but it's like living. Like live, enjoy yourself within reason, though, within your means.
Within reason.
Don't be
dude.
afraid to live a little.
Within reason.
Like, you know, you go out, if you want to get something to drink, get top shelf one time. I ain't saying every time, just get top shelf, right? If you go
I
out to
will
dinner,
say one time I made some big money on a sale at Icon,
Mhm.
and I was like, all right, getting sushi for lunch. Give me the fatty tuna. Give me $12 for one little fucking bite.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Cool.
It was all right.
Nah, it's not for everybody, but at
It's
least you
over.
tried it.
It's just tuna. It's
It's
you know.
tuna. Yeah, you tried it, but it's more about how rare it is to get that particular tuna. That's all it is. That's like, it was hard to get that tuna. That's why it cost so
Right.
much. But
Yeah.
all I'm saying is, like, if you go out to dinner, I'm not saying do it every time, but you know, get the wine pairing, right?
Treat yourself, right?
Yeah, treat yourself, get the wine pairing, and then get the chef's special, whatever, and let them treat you. Don't do it every time. Do it sometimes, right? When you go get gas, maybe get the premium every once in a while. So be unleaded, right? You go to the grocery store, you want that nice cut of meat, you usually get the shit that's on sale that's 50% off that's gonna go rotten in 2 days. Maybe splurge and get some new shit, some fresh shit, right? Like,
and hey, if your wife buys you golf clubs you don't like, be cool about it.
yeah, be cool about it. And then later, be in front of the kids, be cool, be appreciative, right? Be grateful. You hug her, you kiss her, you say thank you. You say it's a wonderful time. You take pictures with them. And then behind closed doors, you be like, yo, you got that receipt? Because I got to take this shit back. But in front of the kids, man, like, maintain the image so you don't ruin their Christmas and they don't grow up, you know, thinking
Just
about
end up talking about it on a podcast.
Yeah, man. So it's like, yo, I think the
right.
message for 2023 is live. Don't just
All
be
right.
alive.
Well,
Live.
happy holidays, everybody.
Happy
And
holidays.
thanks for listening. And yeah, man. Well, I was telling my buddy too, man. He likes the Spitballin name. Like, he's like, man, fuck that. That name is dope. He's like, who cares about those other ones? And he's like, and the other one, Spitballers, is just a bunch of clean comic guys.
No, but the problem is, since you brought it up on the air now, we got to deal with it. The problem with spitballing is that, personally, I like it. I do. I like it. I think that for this first run for us, I think that spitballing was good. I think it was a great starting point. But I think that you and I can come up with something that's more original, that is more representative of you and I personally. Spitballing is great, but it's general. Like, you put in spit, and we got the spitballing with the tilde on the end. If you don't put the tilde on the end, then it's hard to find us.
The apostrophe.
Right? The apostrophe. I'm sorry, not the tilde, but the apostrophe. So what I'm saying is, we rebrand, we bring this one to
I don't mind
rebranding
rebranding and making stuff look good, but I don't know what, man. We tried to come up with a name.
We didn't try hard enough.
We
didn't try
We're
hard
like,
enough.
Spitball's the best.
Okay, well, how about this? We didn't try hard enough, right? Because you sent me the list of different names, and those names are very original. Some of those words I had never even heard of. Like, they made up stuff, but it's specific to them. So if you put it in, they're the only thing that pops up. The fact that you put in Spitballing and then you got to sift through all these other ones to get to us, right? That hinders our ability to.
But
to
once
reach
they
people.
find you, you're locked in. They subscribe, right?
That's what you hope, right? That's what you hope. So what I'm saying is, and look, we can put it
Well,
out
what the
here
hell are we gonna do? Have people tell us? I don't know.
we can put it out to our listeners. Anybody out there who's listening, if
We
you
don't
can
have
think of
enough
an
to
original
generate
name,
a good poll.
what do you do? Can you please just go with the moment? I mean, good Lord. To our listeners and viewers, if you're out there, you're listening, come up with a name, submit it to us, and then who knows, maybe you can be the person who names the new name of the podcast. It'll be us, but
It better be.
we're gonna
It's got to
rebrand.
be better than Spitballing, or it's pointless, dude. There's a
Well,
lot
we'll
of
come up
crappy
with it.
names.
There are a lot of crappy names, but there are a lot of really
I
good
don't know.
ones. So we'll
All
see.
right, happy
We'll see what happens
holidays,
with that.
everybody. Close this out, Reg.
Are you going to interrupt again, or should I? I hate to start and then have you
I'll
like,
push
another
back
thing
from the microphone so I can't interrupt.
Okay, there you go. All right. Well, hey, folks, I hope you enjoyed this holiday episode. There's a little vulgarity up front, some explicit stuff with the music. We'll put a warning up, but I hope you enjoyed it. We love doing it. Thank you for tuning in. Please keep watching, subscribe, share if you enjoy it, like. Yeah, happy holidays to you. Peace to 2022. It was fun. Next year, we're going to live it up big time. That's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele, and this is Spitballin'. Peace.